Morning all, back for another look at our expected goals team, the team I made for the Generals Charity League. It started in game week 9, so this is the second week of actually playing. We did pretty well last week. We'll have a look now and see how we got on in game week 10. So we got 78 points, which was good enough for a game week rank of 680,000, which is pretty good. I'm not sure if leagues have been updated yet, but I think in the Calm Fundraiser League we're up about 60th place anyway, out of about 300 people. So we've made a pretty good start, especially as this team is just made on expected stats. There's no actually human input as such. We're just picking the people that are at the top of the stats. So Wilson was the standout probably, although Salah got more actual points. He was kind of expected to, whereas Wilson was a bit of a nice surprise. And Fraser with 11 was quite welcome as well. And Sigurdsson came off the bench with a penalty, which is quite good, because we only actually managed to have 10 players this week, because 4 of them didn't actually play. Olibas wasn't picked. Højbjerg and Monreal were injured. I think Hazard was injured as well. So none were rotated, but we just had injuries. And Holebas might have lost his place. He was suspended the week before. He didn't play last week. And in both games, Watford had kept a clean sheet without him. So it wouldn't be surprising to see him losing his place, which is a shame, because I think he's the highest rated defender on these expected stats. But if he's not going to play, I think we're going to have to replace him. We do have 2 free transfers this week. We haven't made a transfer yet since I built the team. But we're going to have to use one now. And looking at this, well, we'll go to expected stats and have a look, shall we? So we'll just check our settings. So we'll do minimum 440 minutes. And order it on expected goals and assists. So we'll have a look first to see how our players are going, whether we need to replace anybody else. So our 3 strikers are Aguero, Wilson and Ings, and they're both on the same page. This is the first page. Just Aguero, even after today's performance, Aguero is still top. I thought Salah might have overtaken him. But Aguero, Salah, David Silva, Hazard, Wilson, Mahrez. Mahrez is a big mover this week. Sterling, Vardy, Ings and Kane. So we can't really change our strikers, because while Aguero remains top and Wilson's clear second place as a striker, in theory Vardy would be our pick, but we can't afford him, so Ings is still the pick. He's still on the first page, even though he hasn't done anything for a few weeks, has he, Ings? He's still above Kane in expected goals, which is surprising, although perhaps looking at today's performance, perhaps it's not that surprising, because Kane was pretty hopeless really, wasn't he? Even when he did get a chance, he messed it up. But so we got we got 4 Man City players on the first page: David Silva, Mahrez, Sterling, and Aguero. So Mahrez has come in there. He could actually be a decent buy for us in a week or two when we need to get rid of somebody, because he's probably the cheapest of the options. So we'll have a look at our midfield now. So our midfield consists of Hazard, Salah. So we won't be changing them. So we be getting David Silva? That's the big question. But we've got where's our other 2? Our other 2 are Fraser and Sigurdsson. And Fraser's right up the top of the second page. Oh, Morata's up there. Look, he's closing in. He's not doing too badly, Morata. You know, he's scored 3 in his last 3. He's much maligned, but he has started scoring goals. So it's still being ignored or laughed at even by the community. I think I mentioned him in my pod the other week, or on another video, and I was laughed out of town for even suggesting him. But he scored more points than Kane and Aguero this weekend, didn't he? And Vardy scored more than Vardy, so they all blanked, and at least Morata got a goal. So anyway, so we've got Fraser there and Sigurdsson. So there are 4 midfielders. So Sigurdsson's the lowest on the list, but we can't. I don't think we can afford to replace him with one of these Man City players. That's the problem, because I think Sigurdsson's only about 7 million, and these ones are all upwards of 8 million. So we can't do that yet, not until one of our top ones is replaced, freeing up a bit more money. So what we need to do today is find a 4.5 million replacement for Olibas. So we're going to look through So we'll go through and have a look at all these people and see who's anyone of interest to us. So Firmino's still up there quite high, isn't he? Because he's not been doing much. Arnautovic is on the second page. Head of Mane, which is interesting because Mane's doing pretty well. Lacazette's sort of slipping down the list. There's old Vianetto or whoever he is still up there quite high. Alright, where's our defenders? We need some defenders. Now, who have we got? None of them turning up yet. Olibas, that's the trouble. He's the highest one, but we've got to take him out because he's not starting. And we need to get somebody this week because we haven't got very good defenders anyway. Alonso, look, he's ahead. Olibas is ahead of Alonso on the expected goals. Ben Davis, he's too expensive. Mendy, we don't want him, he's too expensive as well. Trippier, too expensive. Doherty, we've already got Doherty, he's still up there. Robertson, he's slipping down the list, isn't he? For his price anyway. Michael Keane, we can't really have him because we've already got a Everton defender in. And I think he's more than 4.5. There's not many 4.5s about, is there? We're not really finding any yet. Ah, here we go. Balbuena. That's an interesting one. I don't know how much Balbuena is. We better go and check. So let's have a look at the transfer page. If Balbuena is the highest player, we'll be bringing him in for Olibas. So he's West Ham, isn't he? We'll go to West Ham, save a bit of time. How many defenders do they got, these people? Let's have a look. 4.4, so that's pretty good. He's also the highest point scoring defender. I don't know much about him, to tell the truth. But I think that's it. He's the highest one, so we're going to have to bring him in, aren't we? He's not injured or anything, so there's no reason why we can't bring him in. I think they've got good fixtures as well. Home to Burnley, well, say no more there, peeps. Away to Huddersfield. Then they're home to Man City. Then away to Newcastle. And home to Cardiff. Well, that's pretty blinding, isn't it, really? So I think we'll do that now. No, should I wait? No, I think I'll wait until nearer the weekend, just in case. So but that'll be our transfer. As long as nothing happens to him in the meantime. Because I think he might have I don't know if we have got a game midweek. So that's going to be our transfer this week anyway. Balbuena in for Olibas. So we'll see what that's going to give us for this week. This is our fixtures for this week. So instead of Olibas, we're going to have Balbuena at home to Burnley. I think we've got to play Doherty at home to Tottenham, which isn't ideal. I suspect a lot of us are going to be doing that. We're going to have to hope for attacking returns, probably. Monreal at home to Liverpool, although there's no guarantee Monreal's going to be fit, is there? So if he isn't, don't know. Have to decide nearer the time. So we've got this one home to Brighton, Hazard home to Palace. He's another one, isn't he? Could be injured. Then we've got Fraser, Salah, Sigurdsson at home to Brighton. Aguero stuff. I suppose we're going to have to make Aguero captain. We'll do that now. Because he'll be top of the poll probably. And Wilson at home to Man United. I think he used to play for Man United, didn't he, at one stage? That could be interesting. And keeper Fabianski home to Burnley. So that looks quite good if they all turn up. We'll have to wait and see on that. But what was I going to say? I've forgotten now. I was going to point something out. No, that's about it, I think. So where are we? Yeah, that's about it. Where are we from game 19? Game 9 starters. We're up to 3,000 for all people who started in game week 9, and I think there are about lots of them anyway, about 20 or 30,000, I think. So we're up to 3,000 already out of them. So that's what I was going to say. This team, because it's picking on expected goals and is only working on expected goals, it's not going to be as quick to take out the likes of Fraser and Wilson, etc. You know, the teams that fixtures change. They might have been playing all these easy teams, and doing well on expected goals like Fraser and Wilson have been. And they won't be very quick to remove them because it's going to take a while, because Wilson's stats are so good on expected goals. Even if he blanks for the next 4 or 5 games, he's probably still going to be the second or third highest rated striker, so he's not going to leave this team. Whereas a human manager would look at those fixtures and be more likely to take them out. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how the team copes with this, whether the expected goals actually manage to cope, or whether in fact they're at the top of the expected goals because they're so good that the fixtures aren't going to matter. I mean, that's what a lot of people that are keeping Fraser and Wilson, that's what they're hoping for, isn't it? Whereas I'm taking Fraser out of my own team solely based on the fixtures because I don't like the look of them, and I'd rather jump on another bandwagon. But a lot of people, because he scored got a couple of assists at the weekend, they're quite keen to keep him. So we'll see which one works out the best. Anyway, that's about it for this week, I think. So not much has changed on the actual table on the first page. Just Mahrez coming up is the main sort of takeout from this. I think Mahrez actually is pretty good value. A lot of people won't touch him because he isn't going to start every game, but he's getting better and better for City. And they're not going to run away with the title so easily this year. So Pep's kind of going to have to be putting his best players out there. And right now, Mahrez is one of his best players. I mean, he won them a game today, didn't he? Without him, they might not have won that game. So, you know, he's not going to be leaving them out too often, I think. Anyway, that's it for this week. So I'll just transition us out, if I can find the button. Here we go. So he's ending. So subscribe to the channel anyway, because I'll be doing some more videos this week as well. I've got a few lined up. And have a look at the other series. I've got a new series going. I forget what it's called now, but it's on my channel there somewhere. And that's my Twitter handle there. And I'll say goodbye for now. So, okay, cheers then. I'll talk to you later.